in the ocean together, but in different heats. So Griffin just paddled out, and he's taken on the wild card, J.Thomas. Came out of the trials, then got a big heat win. We take a look at some replays. It'll be the opening ride for Griffin Colapinto. Got this wave during the break. Brody, I know you're good friends with these guys, spent a lot of time with Griff. He's pretty explosive on every venue.
He won a world title recently, but then he set that bar and everyone wanted to be like John.
Griffin Colapinto, non-priority heat with J.Thomas. Stepping off at the end, but accomplished a couple moments there down the stretch. Had a 3.67 start. And now putting in a second scoring ride. Looked amazing over at Bells Beach, especially when he was pushed by Dane Henry in a heat where Griffin had to dig deep. Griffin looks like he wants to keep things going for us. His last of 5.17. So smooth in that approach off the bottom. Solid power carve, waiting for a nice section to blow the tail out with control. And the man from San Clemente will throw the wrap in. Little inside wedge to tag. And he's able to keep his board intact and get a finishing move.
Doesn't get it sort of feels like it's such a hard maneuver and maybe doesn't get the points it deserves sometimes. But then, yeah, back to the style sort of conversation between, you know, Griff with this wave and then Crosby. There is similarities in their style, but there's also differences. And I think it was the guys who did the Largo podcast. They put up a good post recently.
Fell a lot and came in and they broke it down, like, you know, live reaction.
That was great inside and loading up. There's a nice floaty air reverse attempt from Griff. He'll be incomplete.
You know, the wave previous, it was big. His board just powered through. And then behind him, you know, I mean, Jack in the other heat, just trying to make something stick here on the backhand. You know, I think, I mean, my brain goes to the conditions have obviously changed since his first heat. The first heat, it was, you know, offshore. It's been, what, probably a couple of hours since he was out there last.
And probably start preparing for a rematch he might get with Crosby later on this season. Colapinto, Griff, he's got some room to move here, coming off the arc. That thing is bottoming out, and he was so perfect with that lip line finish.
Yeah, the real classic throwback to the ages, and yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing where he's at.
Here we go in the priority heat. It's Griff going for a big rotation, almost had it. Sky high and just fell off his surfboard.
Yeah, those ones sting to lose.
Griffin rolling in and will set up his first turn just in total rhythm and control in the heat with J.Thomas loading up just to kick out. Jack, he's got a couple in the 3 range. He's trying to wipe those away now. Snap off the top, then takes that mid-face fade in the pocket, trying to slap a messy section, and the man from Yowling Up will crush the finish. Nice little clean sweep to get out of that inside. There's gonna be some fun predictions to make as we get closer. But that'll be the first time ever. Griffin just S-ing his way out of that one.
Yeah, I think he's got lucky a lot of times to walk away clean from a lot of the wipeouts. But yeah, he's definitely one of the best out there now. And probably stoked that it's ending with 15,000 points.
That's a big topic for the world title race and for Griffin's chances as we see him dealing with this onshore shift in the last couple hours. Definitely strongest now. Griff up and out. So Griffin's taken a lot of waves. Big wave world champs, longboard world champs. You got everything in that surf town. Here comes Griff rolling in here. Nice arc. Super clean on this face. He'll just rip his way through on that mayhem. How's that lip showing up? Lay back, tail slide. He's got all of his powers right now, and he'll shut it down.
I mean, will it be the 8? You know, no, but he is maybe potentially going to break down this requirement. And then, oh, look, to your point on the boards, they look incredible. They had really just, I think the thing for me that it's so nice to watch is when it's, wow. I mean, but the board doesn't bauble when you're trying to hold a rail and you're trying to really carve through the turn. I think it's so nice to watch because out here, I mean, look at this absolute power move that just ended up being so progressive, like a tail slide grind across the lip. That thing was so cool. But yeah, as soon as you can hold that line and the board doesn't bauble.
Jack is just going, please let me back in. Feeling the sense of urgency, trying to tag a few sections. but Griffin's only going to extend his lead further with that last wave, Brody. Tour when they find a piece of magic under their feet. Watching J.Thomas again here, Flick.
Yeah, so, I mean, nice vertical turn there. Kind of gets pushed out in the face a little wide, but, I mean, for me, this is his best wave. Like, he's tagged it a couple of times.
Get the ego check.
Definitely. Here comes J.Thomas. He's setting up that snap in the pocket. He's had a couple individual hammers, but this one's going flat quickly. He's chasing almost an 8. This one, looks like Jack got up right before the horn. And he will just chop his way out of this one, but he made a mark on the CT this year, winning the trials, winning his first heat, going down to last year's runner-up in the world, Griffin Colapinto. Good showing to J.Thomas representing West Oz and Yallingup.